Whoa, check me out, filming in my room, change my location again. You don't know what I'm gonna do next. This is about as exciting as my life gets. So I went camping in Wales last week, which is the reason there wasn't a video on Sunday. Sorry about that. Kind of forgot to tell you. Yes, I am the guy who went camping when there were floods and 50-mile-an-hour winds. That was me. And I was actually going with my friend who lives in Birmingham, so I had to get 3 trains up there on my own from my house in Portsmouth all the way to the middle of the country, all on my own. That's right, I'm a big boy now. And as you can guess, it wasn't quick. It took a good 5 hours to get there, and whilst I was on the train, I got inspired to make a video. Yes, this will be the first sequel I have ever done. As you can tell by the title up there, this is Public Transport 2. If you haven't seen the original Public Transport, you can watch it by clicking right there. That one was about buses, but this one's going to be more focused on trains, as that's what I use to get to Birmingham. So the first thing that annoys me about trains is when people sit in your reserved seat. If you don't know, when you book train tickets online, you're given a specific seat, which you're emailed the number of, and it will be indicated by a little bit of card on the top of the chair. So why, when it's quite obviously not their chair, does some people feel the need to sit in it? And then you're faced with that awkward choice of, do I tell them it's my seat? Do I just sit next to them? Which nobody wants. If it's not your seat, don't sit in it. Why is that not a simple thing to get? The next thing that really gets me is people that I like to call seat coverers. And these are people that you can get on both buses and trains. Now these are people who will sit in the row of 2 empty seats but then use their bag to cover up the empty seat. Now this is fine when there isn't a lot of people on the bus and there's a load of empty seats, but some people do it when the bus is almost full up. And you can't just ask that person to move their bag, so you're left having to stand up when there's a perfectly good chair right there. I mean, who do these people think they are? Is this bag some sort of unknown royalty that I don't know about and it needs a seat on the bus? It's a bag, so get off your high horse, put your bag on the floor and sit next to someone for a couple of hours at the most. No one likes sitting next to strangers, but we all have to do it. I mean seriously, some people think they're part of the royal family or something. My third point is to do with the obsession around not using public toilets, because as I'm sure we all know, there are toilets on trains. So I was on the train to Birmingham, right? It was a 2-hour train, it was quite a while, and there's no other way to put this. I needed a poo. And of course, just like most people, at first I was like, I'm not going for a poo on a train. There's people on here. I can't do that. I'll just hold it in. But I couldn't. There was still a good hour of my train journey and I just couldn't keep it in for that long. So I thought, hey, you know what? This, okay? We're all human. We all need to go sometimes. What's the big deal? It's all natural. So I got up, walked past all the people on the train, went into the toilet and did my business. But of course, once I was done, I then had to walk back past all the people on the train. And let's be honest, I had been a good few minutes in there. They all knew what I had done. So I averted all their eyes, like obviously, because they all would have judged me. But I don't get why. I mean, it's a natural thing. We all do it. Even the Queen has to shit sometimes. Which is kind of weird when you think about it. I mean, imagine that. Imagine the Queen going for a shit. That's weird, isn't it? So why are we all so embarrassed by it? Why do we all fight the urge to go to the toilet in public? Just think about that for a second. So if you've been on a few trains before, you'll know that one of the coaches on each train is known as the quiet zone. And this is basically where anyone who has work to do or just wants to enjoy their train journey in peace can sit without being distracted by crying babies and groups of teenagers. And as I was travelling alone, I thought, hey, there's no need for me to be loud. I'm not with anyone. I might as well sit in the quiet zone and get a bit of peace. But then about an hour into the journey, 3 probably about 20-year-olds came and sat in the quiet zone, and trust me, they were anything but quiet. They were shouting, they were laughing, and I was just sat there thinking, like, what are you doing? Like, this is the quiet zone. Can you not read or something? Can you not read? That says quiet zone. Do you not know what quiet means? I mean, do these people walk into libraries, get their phone out and just start having a good old chat with their mate? It's basically the same thing. It's not like it wasn't obvious it was the quiet zone either. There were literally stickers everywhere saying quiet zone. The only way it could have been more obvious is if it was announced on tannoy every 10 minutes. This is the quiet zone. Although that would kind of defeat the object of a quiet zone. Just shut up if you're sitting in the quiet zone. Looking at the complete opposite of what I just said, people who take the quiet zone too seriously annoy me as well. So I was sat in the quiet zone, listening to my iPod, and there was a girl sat opposite me doing some work on her computer. And at one point in the journey, I needed to sneeze. So of course, I sneezed. But after I'd done my sneeze, the woman who was working on her computer turned around, looked at me, and gave me what I can only describe as the death glare. I mean, she was staring at me with such intensity that at one point, I honestly think I felt her eyes pierce my chest. I'm not kidding. I mean, seriously, are we going to take it that far that we can't even sneeze in the quiet zone? I mean, fair enough, if I'm sat there having a chat, you can judge me. But sneezing? That's a natural thing. We all do it. I can't exactly help it. I mean, I'm not sat there making myself sneeze every 10 seconds. It's one loud noise and then it's over. It doesn't like bounce around the carriage for 10 minutes annoying everyone. So get your head out of your arse and allow people to sneeze without having to feel your eyes in their chest. Bitch. And the final thing that annoys me about trains is the absolutely mad prices of food and drink. You know what I'm talking about. When they come round with their little carriages and say to everyone, any food or refreshments? And you say, yeah, I'll have a packet of ready salted Walkers please. And they say, yeah, £2.50 please. What are you making them crisp with? Golden potatoes or something? I'll stick with the regular 60p packets please. I swear soon we're going to have to take out a mortgage just so we can get a cheese sandwich. Please. Please, just one sandwich. I'm dying. I don't think I can make it through the winter. Well, you haven't been keeping up with your payments, I'm afraid. I'm going to have to cut you off. No. No, you can't do this. Most I can do right now is relocate you to an Aldi ham salad for the time being. So there we go, that's my video on public transport and trains and stuff. If you agreed with any of the things I said in this video, feel free to like it down below and you know, share on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr if you really liked it. Follow me on all of them, links are in the description below. And if you haven't already, subscribe up there for new videos every Sunday from this beautiful little chap right here. Yeah. So I shall leave you with the end screen and the Courtftw shout out of the week. That's it. Bye. 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 I'll give you an awkward moment, okay? I was in PE, on the field, in my shorts, bam, got a boner. That's awkward. The fact that you went to the shop and forgot to buy milk isn't awkward. It just means you're an idiot.